You awake as the sun begins to rise. Pretty good night's sleep there. Gave us a full heal. Go ahead and save again. And let's get out of here. Hopefully we don't run into anything super bad. Like that guy. Bye. Leaving. We are leaving. Then again, what if... We're saving again. The ogre is carrying a chest in its massive arms. This ogre is in a bad mood. And big. Very big. Uh-oh. Hold up. Calm. Suddenly, a feeling of peace and tranquility permeates the area. The ogre appears to have recovered from your spell. Whoops. Nope, we're leaving. Hold on. Okay. Alright, there we go. And here we have a bear. As your eyes adjust from sunlight to darkness, you examine the interior of this eerie cavern. You sense something moving off to your right. On one side of the cavern is a creature which looks like a large bear. There's something attached to his leg. Can I look at the thing that's attached to his leg, or just only him? You know that bears can't talk. Okay, I don't think there's anything we can do with this right now. The stalagmites grow slowly. Or are they stalactites? Stalagmites are from the ground. Stalactites are from the ceiling. And the way I always remember it, G for ground, C for ceiling. Alright, nothing much we can do in here right now. Except try to not get in a fight again. Wait, can we just run? Later, ogre. And back to walk. So we'll just have to remember there's an ogre and a bear there. I wonder if our weapon is still charged with all those zap spells we cast. Just a lovely stroll through the woods. No random encounters to worry about. And centaur guy, we didn't see him earlier. The centaur stops raking as you approach. I am Heinrich Ferdefurden. I live in town with my daughter Hilde. Or Hilda. Hild? Who sells our produce on Market Street. Hilda is a bright young filly. I'm very proud of her. Can I go on a date with her? For some reason that was a dialogue option from earlier. Our stand is in the northeast corner of Spielberg. The produce is not the finest this time of year, but you will not find better than fur and fruit come harvest time. That name just gets me every time. We grow fine fruit in our little orchard, and sell it at our stand in town. There you will find fresh cherries in the spring, peaches in summer, and apples in the fall. It is truly a sight to see. Farm? I can grow enough on this little plot to feed my family and the village. You should see this field during the summer. I always wondered, is this little plot the whole farm? This one screen? Because to the right is the healer's house, to the left is forest, and to the north is forest. Vegetables. There are a few carrots and potatoes left from last season, but I'm just starting to plant the crops now. Fruits. In a couple of months I'll have some cherries. Apples won't ripen until fall. Field. There's much work for me to do, and I bid you good day. Well, I'm not done asking you questions. Tell me about the brigands. The brigands attacked me a few months ago. I am a strong fighter, and my hooves are deadly. There were too many of them. My right leg was broken, and there is no pride for a centaur who cannot run. If it had not been for the unlikely intervention of their leader, I would be dead. Their leader? The leader came up after the brigands attacked me and forced them to stop, ordering them to not hurt people from the town. Then, to my amazement, the leader gave me a healing potion and had me carried to the healer's house. It was hard to judge the leader, whose face was obscured by a large helm, but there was compassion unlike what one expects from a brigand. The healer lives just east of here. She is very skilled with potions. Centaurs. We centaurs are very ancient and proud people. But do you taste like horse or do you taste like human? Asking for a friend. It's the second time they helped the victim. No, this was actually... He was the one that they were talking about before. I'm sorry, I know little about the Baron and his family. But we now know that the leader has a bit of a soft spot for people from the town. Yeah, that's the vegetable girl's dad. I know it's kind of hard to tell because the lack of family resemblance. Yes, she is a centaur. My name's Carl. This is the castle of Baron von Spielberg. Job. The stable keep could use a strong young person to help clean out the stables. It doesn't pay much, but it's good, honest work. If you would like to take the job, come on in. Stable? Cleaning up after the horses is a good way to build up your muscles, and it actually is. It just takes a lot of time out of the day and a lot of stamina. My lord sees no one since the loss of his son and daughter. Loss. 10 years ago, the Baron's daughter Elsa was stolen away by magic. 5 years back, the Baronet Bernhard von Spielberg went on a hunt from which he did not return. This was all clearly part of Baba Yaga's curse. Elsa. Elsa von Spielberg was a lovely young child with braided blonde hair and bright blue eyes like her mother, the Baroness, used to have. A large winged creature flew over the castle walls, grabbed Elsa, and vanished before the guards could fire upon it. We searched everywhere for her, but to no avail. Even the jester Yorick joined the search for her. The Baron sent a troop of guards to storm Baba Yaga's hut, but I think their skulls sit atop her fence. Elsa von Spielberg would be about 18 now. Hut? Baba Yaga has her hut to the northwest. It's a very dangerous place, and many baronial guards have been lost there. The Baroness. The Baroness died soon after the birth of her daughter. The Baron still mourns her. Yorick. He was a very jolly fool who loved to laugh. He was devoted to Elsa and swore he would not return until Elsa was safe. Baba Yaga. This powerful ogress is the cause of all the Baron's misfortunes. She is a vile creature who knows much magic. Curse. The Baron ordered Baba Yaga to leave, and she first cursed the graveyard. When he then sent the baronial guards after her, only their captain returned to the castle. The captain spoke the words, "Hear me, O mighty Baron. Thou hast angered me, and thus you are cursed. All you value you shall lose, and that all you treasure shall be taken from you," in a strange voice. The captain then dissolved into a pool of sticky blackness. The hut. Yep, we already asked about the hut. We've asked about all that. Bernard. The Baronet Bernard von Spielberg was a proud young man, had dark hair and eyes of his father, the Baron. He rode off one morning, and his horse returned without him. The horse had been raked with the claws of some large animal. There's still reward offered for the safe return of the Baronet, but I fear he is dead. And reward? There is still a reward offered for the safe return of the Baronet and Elsa von Spielberg of 50 gold. For the capture or death of the brigand warlock, there is a reward of 50 gold. For the capture or death of the brigand leader, there is a reward of 50 gold, and the title of Hero of Spielberg. Hero. The Hero of the Realm of Spielberg is a title of respect and honor. A true hero can release this land from its curse using his intelligence and courage. I think we've asked about all that, so back up. Guards. The Baron von Spielberg lost most of his guards trying to defeat Baba Yaga. Boy, I think all that was under castle. Valley. Spielberg Valley was once a prosperous and peaceful place before the Baron lost his family. Now the Baron will not leave his castle and does not know the ruin the land has come to. Monsters. There are many foul creatures stalking the forest since the Baron has too few guards to protect this valley from them. Graveyard. Baba Yaga cursed the graveyard such that the dead cannot rest at night. One cannot go near the graveyard after dark without risking his own death, unless one uses protection. We don't need to ask about Baba Yaga again. Got that. Brigands. There are now too few guards to take out the brigands, which rob our people and drive away the traitors. They hid somewhere near the edge of this valley. The brigands are protected by a magic user, and they have a shrewd leader. The brigand leader. The leader of the brigands must be a good strategist. He has organized and led many raids which resulted in much treasure and little loss on the part of the brigands. Without their leader, the brigands would soon flee. The warlock? Not much is known about him, but he seems to use more magic potions and powders than spells. Treasure. Many merchants have been robbed by the brigands. There is a merchant in town who could tell you about his robbery. And we've asked about the reward. Okay. Well, let's go on in. Just a minute while I raise the gate. Where did the gate go? Way out there. There are 2 guards near the castle door. I guess they don't want to talk to us. Ask about the castle. Oh, these guys don't even have faces. This is the castle of Baron Stefan von Spielberg. The Baron's daughter has been gone for years. My name is generic NPC. The barracks are off to my right, but you have no business going there. Wait. The guards look to be middle-aged, but in good physical condition. Their clothing is faded and patched. Even the horns look dull. Oh, the horns they're holding. They got like trumpets. This is the central keep of Baron Stefan von Spielberg's castle. The castle grounds look like no one has taken care of them. The castle is still impressive close up, but it looks rather dirty. I think if you ask him about his bald spot, he gets mad at you and doesn't talk to you anymore. Pierre is very proud of his mustache, but don't mention his bald spot. Okay, so the other one is the guy that has it. The guard is dressed in worn but nearly patched clothing. He has obviously spent a lot of time maintaining that magnificent mustache, but you'd better not mention his bald spot. This is the castle. Daughter. It's been gone for years. My name is Pierre. The barracks are off to my right, but you have no business. One enters without the Baron's permission. Tell me about your bald spot. Don't get me mad. I'm not talking to you. Yeah, he doesn't talk to you anymore if you mention it. So if you go this way, this leads to the stables. And if we wanted, we could spend some time doing some work here. Make a little tiny bit of money. Day is dawning. If it was later, then we might do that. But it takes a lot of time out of the day. The guard looks like he is either very tired or very lazy. I'm not here to answer your stupid questions. Go talk to Carl the gatekeeper. He talks to anyone about anything. That certainly was an animation. The man has the mustache of a trained the muscles and the mustache of a trained athlete, and is apparently quite skilled with the sword. I was still thinking about that other guy's mustache. Oh, he's got a face, though. If you are addressing me, sir, you must respect me enough to address me to my face. All right. And we walk over to him. Is this good enough? Ask about Weapon Master. I am the Weapon Master, expert swordsman and trainer. The skills of the sword are thrust, swing, parry, and dodge. Timing of such actions is critical to the success of the fighter. Practice is the way to refine and improve one's skills. Friendship. Please don't bore me, young adventurer. Ask me about something more interesting. Okay. Fighting. Fighting is both an art and a skill. It is a skill in the use of muscle strength, mustache strength, and the agility of control. It is an art in outwitting and outmaneuvering the opponent. I am, of course, the skilled artiste. Do you fight? I am a skilled teacher as well as a skilled fighter. So we could actually pay him to teach us. Brigands. The brigands fight remarkably well for riffraff, who have not had the benefit of my training. They are cowards who like to hide behind their shields. I must admit, they do that well. Should you find yourself face to face with one of the brigands, I suggest you mirror their techniques. Use parry or dodge until your opponent lowers his shield to attack, then strike before he can get his spear into attack position. I have never been very good at that. Castle. This is the castle of the Baron von Spielberg. I am the weapon master of the castle. Baron? Baron had the wisdom to recognize greatness when I presented myself. Thus he made me the weapon master. The baronet had some minor talent with weapons, but he was too impatient. If he had but listened and learned what I teach, he would never have been lost. A bright child for a girl, but she used She used to watch me practice daily and question me constantly. Pity she was not born a boy. Oh, jeez. She would have made a talented swordsman if I had trained her. I could not demean myself to teach a mere girl, of course. What an asshole. You will find them very skilled with fighting. After all, I am the one who trains all the guards in this castle. Alright. Let's take a look. What are our stats? We've got strength of 15, agility of 21, weapon use of 10. Our parry and dodge are kind of pitiful. Oh, and how much stamina is this going to take up? 21? Okay. The weapon master lends you the necessary items and then beats the ever-loving crap out of you. I salute you, on guard! And the lesson begins! Oh, we gotta... Wait, stab? No? Do I need to... Hang on. There we go. Ha! Oh, this is really... Wait, can I... You are forced to admit that the weapon master has gotten the better of you. Plop. Even as we fought, I could detect your skills improving through practice. It was most prudent that you should give in to my superior skill. Put your attention on the control of your legs when you duck a swing. Your springiness makes you seem to bounce. And a good opponent, such as myself, will always take advantage of the opening. Should we meet again, I would not be adverse to another go-round. Farewell. Oh, he even called me friend that time. Alright, well, we got our butts kicked pretty bad. And only went up in parry. Our parry went up 3 points. Despite I was stabbing way more. And that... How much money did that cost? 2 gold, 9 silver. Let's just, I didn't even check to see how much we had. 3 gold. So it cost us 1 gold to go up 3 points of parry. Can I just, can we leave? I'd like to leave. If we weren't so bad at fighting, we might have actually been able to get more out of that. We can get some money from the healer, though, because we got those flowers from Erana's piece. Oh, what can I do for you this time? Come on. There it goes. Let's give her the flowers. Thank you. I can always use flowers from Erana's piece in potion making. Here are your silvers. And some more. Says the same thing, but we're out of flowers. And that was worth 10 silver. Wait, we need to go this way. Come on, I know there's a screen transition over here. I think we need to go north and east. Nope. Back. Is this... I don't think this is where I wanted to go. Oh, yeah, it is. Okay. A sign appears. It reads, Willkommen auf Zauberberg. Another sign appears. It reads, Trespassers will be towed. And we know from what Zara told us, Zauberberg is where Erasmus lives. Could it be a bottle of purple salad dressing? Perhaps it's a tower of power. It looks like a cross between a castle and an angry purple rhinoceros. You feel as though you have just scaled the Matterhorn in full armor. What a climb! And you can see all of Spielberg Valley from here. After you finally catch your breath, you see that you have reached the rather eccentric-looking house that you saw from below. There's an ugly gargoyle above the entrance. Stand fast. He who would the wizard see first must answer questions 3. What is your name? We are Valis. We can answer with I am Inigo Montalban. Call me Ishmael, Elvis's ghost, or Gunga Din. Well, anything other than the right answer kicks you out. What is your quest? So I want to be a hero. I seek the Holy Grail. I want to be rich and handsome. I want to be a wizard. I want to boldly go where no one has gone before. Who put the aura around the town? Well, that's going to be Erana. And a right peaceful place. She made it. Go on in. The wizard will see you now. Go directly to the tower. Do not dally. Actually, before we do this, I want to save because I actually don't really get much time to look around. This room is full of odds and ends and stuff. The wizard must be a real character. Your eyes are drawn to the eyes of the figure in the portrait. His intense stare is unnerving. This would not be someone to trifle with, for he looks subtle and quick to anger. There's a strange figure on the bookshelf. It looks like an overgrown rat wearing a wizard's hat. The poor stuffed peacock seems bedraggled, worn, and overused. It's the famous Duncan Dragon. You haven't seen one of those in years. This is a Zen lamp. You feel enlightened in its presence. It was a moderately large and fearful dragon at one time. Erasmus likes to keep his suits well ironed. A casket with a stick shift. Through the portal to the west stands a small sitting room. Through the portal to the east sits a standing room only. This room is full of odds and ends. I want to look up there. Okay, I guess I can't. Well, upstairs. The peacock is on display. What is the airspeed ratio of an unladen swallow? Come in and sit down. Fenris, our guest has arrived. Cheese, please. Yeah, the gargoyle is 100% a Monty Python reference. Even the answers are referencing it. Since you're a practitioner of the magical arts, you might be interested in a little game I have. Do you know the spell open? Yep. Do you know the spell fetch? Yep. Do you know flame dart? Nope. It's a very useful spell if you're going to go adventuring. Zara has that spell as well. Let's ask him about himself. I'm a wizard of some renown. It would be best to wait until Erasmus puts down his cup of tea before asking any questions. Fenris. What's there to say? I'm a rat. For a rat, I'm a really great guy. Although for such a great guy, you really are a rat. Erasmus is my familiar. Isn't it the other way around? Familiar as my Erasmus? Well, I've always found Erasmus to be overly familiar. Oh no, I mean, aren't you my familiar? All these years and you still don't know. I haven't played these games for years. It's amazing to see them again. I'm the same way. It's been a long, long time since I've played these, but I've gone through all 5 of them multiple times. So I still remember a fair amount of them, especially the first game. Second one is going to be a bit more of a blur. Ask about Fenris. What am I? Some sort of object? Am I invisible or something that you talk about me behind my back in front of my face? Sheesh, no respect. It's hard to take anyone seriously who wears such a ridiculous hat. Well, Erasmus just told a joke, or set up a joke. No. One is a raging saurus and the other's a soaring magus. I figure one was a dying lizard and the other was a flying wizard. Sorry, Fenris, but he who tells the jokes gets to make up the punchlines. It's kind of the downside of the way this handles. If you click to talk to him, well, click is also the button to clear dialogue. So if he's pops up with something and you click to talk to him, well, oops. Fortunately, it's just puns. Let's ask about magic. If magic be the lute of life, play on! The quote was music, not magic, and it was food, not loot. How about magic makes the world go round? Money makes the world go round. Oh, very well then. Put it in my own words, magic is the essence and the soul of life, and the wizard is her poet. Actually, it was Merlin who said that first, but he used the term magician, not wizard. Fenris, there are times when you would look better as a newt. Why is that? Because newts can't talk. Well, neither can most rats. Ever play Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis? No, I have not. I think the Quest for Glory series is just about the only point-and-click adventure games I've ever played other than The Dig. And also Sam & Max. Zara has a real flair for the theatric. Her entrance to the magic shop is a bit showy, but effective. It's a pity she has no sense of humor. Just because she doesn't laugh at your jokes doesn't mean she lacks a sense of humor. It just means she has good taste. Baba Yaga is good at curses and shape-changing spells. She has a nasty temper. Doesn't believe in safe hex, so it's best to stay on her good side. You have to watch her. She cheats at cards. So do you. She started it first. Besides, I wanted her to get a taste of her own medicine. Shame she still beats you. Ask about curses. The curse Baba Yaga placed on Baron von Spielberg was a fine example of creative casting. Upon the von Spielberg and all his clan, this curse I now demand. What I will shall come full measure, so shall ye lose all that ye treasure. Now, of course, the problem is that for every curse, there's an equal and opposite counter-curse. Counter-curses? A counter-curse is a cure for a curse. It usually works against the one who cast it in the first place. Counter-curse for the curse, the Baron goes, Come a hero from the east, free the man from the beast, bring the child from the band, drive the curser from the land. So to break the curse, a hero has to get rid of Baba Yaga in addition to the other things. Doesn't reflect well on Baba Yaga. Nothing reflects well on that ogress. She has a face that would break anything but a magic mirror. Magic mirror? Oh, there are many types of magic mirrors. One of the more common types is one that has a strange face popping up every so often. Reminds me of the one in the master bedroom. That's not magical. No, but it does have a strange face peering from it whenever you're in the room. At any rate, I used to have a nice magic hand mirror I misplaced around somewhere. It could be used to reflect a spell back upon the caster. So if you happen upon a small golden magic mirror with a dragon handle on it, you'll know it's mine. It was the flagon with the dragon. The mirror had a leer. Oh, that's right. Well, if you find a magic mirror with a face on it, you'll know it reflects spells. Erana. Never met her, but I only built this vacation home here a century ago. Erana has a nice little magical meadow in her name, northwest of here. Pretty respectable spellcaster, I imagine. The protection spell she cast over the town is fairly good, but I believe she missed a few places. Yeah, you're just jealous because the only thing anyone ever named after you was a soft drink. I thought that Erasmus's Razzle Dazzle Root Beer was a wonderful name for a product. It's a shame the company went broke afterwards. Protection spell. Errata's spell prevents the use of excessive violence or hostile magic within Spielberg's walls, with the exception of a couple places. Looks to me as if she missed that dark part of the alley, and the spell only applies to areas in town above the ground. Pretty shoddy if you ask me. Nobody asked you. What else? Hey, spellcasters. Let's just do that one. Basically, anyone who uses magic is a magic user. Well, yeah. Anyone who casts spells is a spellcaster. However, to be a wizard, you need to have undergone initiation into the Wizards Institute of Technology in the land of Shapir. Magicians and sorcerers are wizards who specialize. I myself strive to master all aspects of magic, unlike those narrow-minded specialists. You wouldn't want to lose your amateur standing, after all. I prefer to think of myself as a dilettante. Does that mean that you tease pickles? You need to complete your quest here before you can become initiated as a wizard. It's important for a magic user to know as many spells as possible. You never know just what might come in handy. We've already asked about magic. Brigands. They're supposed to have a warlock working with them. From what I've seen, he's more of a nincompoop than a necromancer. Nincompoop? He laughs too much when he casts his spells. That's because his jokes are funnier than yours. The only thing I've seen the Brigand Warlock cast is sneezing powder. Hey, do you know what you get when a Tyrannosaurus running 25 miles an hour eastward meets another Tyrannosaurus running 15 miles an hour westward? No. Tyrannosaurus Rex! It's on Steam. Try it. If you love point-and-click adventures, you'll love that indie game. I might look into it, but this isn't really a genre that I'm big into. It's just I've enjoyed a couple of the games that I've played. Isn't that the vampire who fell in love with throats? Oh no, that's a necromancer. A necromancer is a magic user who has a rather unsavory relationship with corpses. Does that mean a necromancer has ghoul friends? It means a necromancer is someone who deals with the undead. Canasta with cadavers and spades with shades, eh? Mage's Maze. This is just a little something to challenge the mind and magic that I like to play every now and again. Fenris isn't much of a challenge anymore. That's because I always win. I still think you're cheating! Anyway, the game involves casting 4 spells. Flame Dart, Open, Fetch, and Trigger. And to make it worth your while, if you beat me, I'll teach you a new spell called Dazzle. Open. It lets you open things with a mere gesture. If you're really good at it, you can open locks, useful when you lose your keys. The keys are in the study under the skull. Why would they be there? They're skeleton keys, aren't they? These two are funny. Yeah, I really like Erasmus and Fenris. Fetch. Fetch is a useful spell for catching and retrieving small objects. Good for putting things in their place. Like uppity familiars. I put you in your place, but I'm above such things. Besides, my place is above your reach. Trigger. And trigger is used to set off an existing spell. If a chest has a magical trap on it, you can set the trap off by casting a trigger spell. Just make sure you're out of range of the trap. I can set up other spells and let someone else trigger them. I fixed Henry the Hermit's cave for him so that he can do a lot of magic with only one spell. Hermit? Henry is a hermit who lives by the Flying Falls to the south. Great sense of humor. That means he actually laughs at Erasmus's jokes. I think he borrowed something the last time I saw him, but I can't remember exactly what it was. Oh well, Henry's a great one to talk to. But he hardly ever happens to have much to say. Trap? Magical traps are a good way to keep thieves out of your chests and other places. Put a fire trap on a chest, and when someone goes to open it, he goes up in smoke. Just so long as you don't forget about it and try to open the chest yourself. I only got a little singed the last time. Dazzle. Now that's a spell with charm. Its true name is Erasmus's Razzle Dazzle, by the way. You can cast the spell and anyone looking directly at its coruscating lights is blinded for a while and can't do anything. Behind the wizard's stern and forbidding appearance, you see a twinkle in his eye. You suspect that he is not always as serious as he appears. Fenris looks back at you with a grin. Something else. Well, I guess it's time to go. Anyway, can't do much with that. You do a quick equipment check. Everything seems to be in place. Did you hear about the joke? You hear the joke about the witch's broom? No. That's odd. It's sweeping the valley. Let's just brush that one aside, shall we? Well, I think we've done everything that we can here, so he gets mad if you do this. Not in my house, you don't. But kicked us back out and we don't have to walk all the way back down. Anyway, we are done with this.